by NCUA, Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
A quick first segment here on a Tuesday. Welcome to it. I'm Austin Norman, joined by Eric Strickland. Tomorrow, we will meet at some Mary Ellen's. Tomorrow, you can meet us at Mary Ellen's, 27th and Pine Lake here in Lincoln. Charles Lasagna, the whole crew down there, cooking up the good stuff. Really appreciate them.
Wonderful
the soul
Wednesday.
food, the comfort food, so much better once it starts getting chilly. Like, it's great in the summer. It's great party vibes, but, man, it hits just a little different. You get that home cooking down in the winter and the fall.
No question. Wonderful Wednesday with the breezes. Just go down and breeze your way through there, 27th at Pine Lake, and enjoy a wonderful meal. And let them know that Austin and Strick sent you.
Yeah, absolutely do. Also, give us your thoughts on anything we're talking about throughout the show at 402-464-5685. That's our Sartor Heyman text line. Also, our Honda of Lincoln hotline. Give us a call if you want. Strick, let's just dive right in here. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween to you and yours. Happy Reformation Day for my fellow Lutherans out there.
Stay warm.
Yes, definitely stay warm.
Check the candy.
Check that candy. Better safe than sorry.
That part.
Tax your kids. This is the only kind of taxation that's good. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get into a political rant. Not going to go into that. But tax your kids candy. Take some for yourself. College football playoff rankings come out tonight, Stricky. The first ones, they do this about this time every year. There's a lot of competition at the top. There's no clear favorite, no very clearly defined, 1 through 4. Maybe not even a clearly defined top 10. Teams will jump in from outside the top 10. Teams will fall out of this first top 4. I want you to predict the top 6 teams. I got my list ready. Do you want to give yours first or second?
Well, let's just quickly understand just kind of what's going on with this. The committee that's put together right now, it's a 3-year rotation, just so that there's understanding, because sometimes it's confusion. Sometimes people think it's just the same people. No, there's a little rotation. Some of the new members, there's 3 new members in the one of them being former Nevada coach Chris Alt, Miami of Ohio Athletic Director David Saylor, and Utah Athletic Director Mike Harlan. They have replaced, like, Jennifer Cohen was on there, who was obviously hired as USC's AD. But another person's on the committee that some may not understand and think, which is former All-American lineman, great Hall of Famer as well for the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's Will Shields is actually on the committee. So that's just something that's noteworthy. But they have criteria, and the criteria that we're discussing and we're going to talk to and we're going to give our assessment is this criteria involves strength of schedule, head-to-head results, outcomes against common opponents, and conference championships are obviously the final piece of that puzzle, in which they then rank, and then we go on to figure out how they're going to make their decision at the end of the day. Now, let's get into it. My initial thoughts is this. Sarkisian had something to say. He put his bid in. He threw it out there. Shark said this. I would argue that I have the best win in the country right now. On Monday at his weekly news conference, the fact that we've gone into Tuscaloosa, Alabama, beat a team that is 52 and was 0, but until they went in there and got it done, all of the previous SEC teams, he talks about the fact that how tough everybody expresses how the SEC is. SEC teams haven't been able to do it themselves in 52 games. We went in there and did it, so he's kind of throwing his bid out there to say that he has one of the best wins of the year. That's debatable, and that's something that you can figure out on your own. Now, number one, I'm got to go with Georgia.
Okay.
Now, there's discussion as far as what's going on with Michigan right now. That's what the committee is trying to decide. The AD for Michigan is going to indemnify or recuse himself and not be involved in that process. So there's going to be discussions on that. We don't know how and what the outcome is going to be. I would say Ohio State, Michigan, and then Ohio State. Obviously, one of them are going to knock each other out the box. And I've got to give deference right now, and I hate to say this, to Washington.
Ooh, okay.
Then I'll go Florida State, Oregon, and then Texas.
Okay, I'm finished writing this down. So you have Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Washington, Florida State, Oregon, Texas.
Yeah, and 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
Oh yeah, then Oregon would be my 6.
Okay.
And the reason being is right now, if you look at the Pac-12, the Pac-12 is one of the strongest conferences, I think, in the country. Is as far as their ratings and who they played and beaten and ranked teams and ranked opponents and wins and what do they call those tier whatever wins, top
quad
tier
one,
quad 1 wins and all of that.
Basketball.
So I've got to give deference because right now I really think I don't know if Florida State can continue to raise their resume based on their schedule. And then we just talked about that's why I threw out to the committee. I think that is something that people are going to try to look at. But I think they end up getting in if they win out. And the reason being is because Michigan and Ohio State are going to knock themselves out. They're going to end up being undefeated. So I ultimately think they get in.
I also have Oregon at number 6. We're in alignment there. I have Washington at 5. We're up against the emergency alert. I will give you my college football playoff rankings when we get back. Give us yours on the Starter Heyman text line.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, do the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Coppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with roof credit.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise. Not on quality, not on value, and not on customer service. For that reason, you can be sure that every item of jewelry you purchase from Sartor Heyman is the very best, no matter how small or how large. When it comes to jewelry, if we don't have it, you don't want it. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island, and SartorHeyman.com.
What is Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Kasasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Kasasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco basket. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln. 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at BeatriceBakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy non-stop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Austin Norman, Eric Strickland with you here during On the Block, with you till 4 Central, Monday through Friday. And we're around some other times too. Husker football postgame, couple 11 o'clock kicks coming up here. We'll be with you at 8 on Saturdays. Nebraska football on the road in East Lansing this week. They'll be back home in 2 weeks to take on the Terrapins. As we talk college football and the college football playoff rankings, the first set coming out tonight, maybe keep that in mind. That might come up here again in 15 minutes or so. So just something to think about.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Stricky, your rankings, again, were Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Washington in, Florida State, Oregon, the first two out. I have Oregon at number 6. I have Washington at number 5 on the outside looking in. They're ahead of Oregon by virtue of the head-to-head win over them. Wouldn't shock me if Oregon passes them. If Oregon keeps looking strong, I think that head-to-head win might go out the window in the next couple weeks or so. My top 4 in order, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ohio State, Florida State, Michigan, Georgia.
Say that again.
Ohio State, Florida
State. Number 1?
Yep, Ohio State number 1. Florida State number 2, Michigan 3, Georgia 4.
Ooh, now I need a little breakdown on how you got to that in your mind.
The two,
like your shooting coach in your mind.
Did you like my costume, by the way?
I saw it. I was going to talk about it on the crossover, but we're not going to go. We're going to let it pass.
Okay, in my mind. So
in your mind,
Ohio State and Florida State have higher ranking schedules than Michigan and Georgia do. They're tougher schedules. I think the committee will see that Ohio State and Florida State have better wins so far than Michigan and Georgia do. Michigan, I think, has a better case than Georgia to be number 1 right now, just because of the soft factors, right? They're both undefeated, but Georgia's down Brock Bowers, and Georgia has had a couple kind of uninspiring performances. I think the committee takes those into effect. You can't bump them out of the rankings because they're undefeated, because they were number 1 coming in. You have to give some weight to what has been done in the past as well. And on a talent ranking, you still trust Georgia's talent. Michigan, again, still searching, I think, for that signature win, but they're undefeated. They're leading the Big Ten. It'd be hard to kick them out, kick them to the curb, especially when you compare them with Washington and Oregon. Florida State got tested by Boston College, but has looked really good in pretty much every other game, or has had a spurt that has made the games look really good. And Ohio State, too. I'm down on the Buckeyes. I don't know if I would put them number 1 on my own, but I think the committee will like that strength of schedule. They'll like how they handled a good Penn State team, how they didn't play their best game but beat Wisconsin on the road. And valuing strength of schedule, I think will come in big. The strength of schedule is just a pretty overwhelming gap between what Ohio State and Florida State have played and what Michigan and Georgia have played.
So at the end of the day, as I look at Michigan's schedule, obviously Purdue's not going to do anything for them as they're upcoming this week. They will have to go to Penn State, and that could be the one that could help start to propel their upward trajectory. I think if you're Michigan, outside and barring any issues that would come with the Peekaboo Gate, that's the nickname I'm going to give it.
I like it.
The Peekaboo Gate. Maryland, depending on what happens with Nebraska, could end up kind of just giving them that teeter-totter hanging right there in the balance. And then it's Ohio State. That's going to probably put them over the hump, barring Peekaboo Gate hurting them in any way. And that's where I'm looking for them to validate themselves towards the end. Obviously, you're going to have the championship as well.
Right.
Championship's not the championship and the win of it's going to maintain where they are at. It's not going. I don't think it's going to because I don't think there's anybody in the West that's going to give them any significance at the end of the day.
No, not any one of those two teams really would be pushed by anyone out of the West. Notorious B.I.B. has Michigan at 1, Georgia at 2, Ohio State at 3, Oregon at 4, and Washington at 5. Oregon, again, could jump Washington. I don't think they're ahead of them in these first rankings because the head-to-head still carries enough weight. And also Notorious B.I.B., you might not like Florida State, but they're an undefeated team leading their conference and has looked pretty good.
And I will say that. But the issue is their strength that looked good early continues to teeter down. And because LSU looked absolutely phenomenal for them early on, big win for them. Southern Miss gives them nothing. Boston College gives them nothing. Clemson's starting to look like a doo-doo game for them right now, but which could have been the one that also helped to propel them. But as they continue to fall, no bueno. Watch out for Virginia Tech. Actually, they're playing pretty good right now. That could help them. Syracuse does nothing for them. Duke is starting to kind of taper away. And so Wake Forest is nothing. Pitt gives you nothing. Miami, would have given you. We'll see how that is. But that gives definitely North Alabama kills you.
Yep.
At that point, strength-wise. Florida gives you nothing. So this is why I'm kind of hesitant. I think they still get in because I think the ACC, the tournament will give them enough of a team that can still help them to maintain. I still think they probably creep in at the 4, at best at the 3, but their schedule does nothing for me at this point. Now, if they end up facing a tough Louisville team, I think you might have something. Because Louisville's looking real good right now, unless they fall off the map, kind of like Duke or North Carolina.
Okay, let's look at these conference championship games that obviously don't matter yet because we don't have the matchups, so that will come into play. The Big Ten champion will have the tougher regular season game between Michigan and Ohio State, but the conference championship game should be a cakewalk. You're not going to get bonus points for that.
No.
The Big 12, if it's Texas and Oklahoma again, it's a rematch. That'll be a good game, but how much can you put into it? If you get Oklahoma winning that game like they did the first time, does that boost them up enough? But if Texas makes up for it, does their loss creep in? Was it a bad enough loss? I don't know. I guess we'll see. So I think that'll be an interesting game. Both those teams will be in the top 10, but by virtue of what their wins and losses were, I still think they're behind Washington and Oregon for now.
Facts.
Pac-12 championship game could mean everything.
Could mean a lot.
Especially if it's Washington and Oregon again. That might be almost Baylor TCU-esque from your 2015-16 stretch, where I know the Big 12 didn't play a championship game at that point, but I think those two teams are going to be fighting, and whoever wins that game's in a good spot.
Is USC in a position to clip any one of them?
USC will have the chance.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll have the chance.
So that's the thing is, with them speaking, they better go out and get it. Because if they take an L to USC, they're done. They have no opportunity of finding their way back, especially Oregon. Oregon would absolutely kill any opportunity of sneaking in the back door. Yeah.
The SEC championship game, if it's Georgia and Alabama, I'm fascinated to see where the committee ranks Alabama. And if they clip Georgia in the SEC championship game, do both Georgia and Alabama get in? I don't think Georgia's looked good enough to say they get the benefit of the doubt. Like peak Alabama got that benefit of the doubt if they lost in the championship game, or if they had one loss, they got the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if Georgia deserves that this year.
I don't like the way that they played as far as with other teams, and they're very beatable at this point. So, but do you have the cojones to bounce them out? Do you have it as a committee to bounce them out and move them towards the back of the bus and looking in, peeking in, and not peekaboo gate, but peeking in? I don't know if they do. I don't know if the committee has. I think they're going to give them the benefit based on the last few years. That would be my assessment.
I'm with
Unfortunately.
you. No, I see where you're coming from. It makes sense. So all that to tie back to Florida State, who will probably play Louisville, maybe North Carolina in the ACC championship game. I think that's second or third best championship game behind the Pac-12 and behind the SEC. It'll do more than the Big 12 and the Big 10.
There's no question.
But that's better than the ACC has been. Usually the ACC has been all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. And I would sure hate that Florida, because I actually think Florida State could have a chance to compete with any of those teams coming out of the pack, coming out of the SEC. Definitely, I think with their style, they would even be able to compete. Now, do you think their defense is?
I'll say this: the college football playoff that I would be most intrigued by would be Florida State and Washington in one semifinal, and Georgia, Ohio State in the other one. That's the college football playoff I want to see.
I'm sure Ohio State would love a second chance at Georgia, and I'm sure the committee would love to put that together. Yeah, I like your idea on that one. What do you say?
To answer your question, Florida State and Washington, I think, are very comparable teams. Offense first, stud quarterbacks, really good receiver or two, athletic defense that can make plays at times, but it's not the strength of the team.
What do you think about Sark throwing his bid out there, though? I think he actually has a pretty good point, but I just don't think it's enough.
He definitely does have a point, but beat Oklahoma, right? Step on their chest. Don't let them get back up and win that game. And you're right there, right? Is it the best win? I don't know. We were kind of poo-pooing out. Maybe you weren't, but I was kind of poo-pooing Alabama. Oh, it's not their year. Oh, they're down. How much weight does that win carry? But it is still Alabama. It is still on the road. It is still a message sent. I just think you devalue that by then losing to Oklahoma. I don't care if it's a rivalry game. You had that game in the bag. You at least could have, if not should have, won that game based on the position you were in. So, yeah, maybe it's the best win. I don't know enough to say for sure it is. It's a good one, but you missed your other opportunity. You can't hang your hat on one opportunity. The teams in the college football playoff capitalize week after week.
That's a good point.
Augie sends a submission in. Here's his prediction for the end of the season. Again, we're just doing what we think it's going to be tonight, and this is just a snapshot, right? It's right now based on what we know. Augie's end of season prediction, though, Strick: Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, and Texas finding their way back in it.
So Augie is basically saying he believes that Ohio State is going to, this is the year to do Michigan in.
Mm-hmm.
What say you? Are you sold?
Ohio State's got to prove it after 2 years. They got to prove they can beat Michigan. The defense has taken a huge step forward. McCord scares me.
That's where I would say too. That's where there's a little apprehension on my side of it. McCord just gives me a little pause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not totally sold on in the big moments, in the big game, in the cold. I just think the scheme is going now. The good thing about them is they have a three-headed monster right now, which is good. If they can run the ball and they can do that, it'll still open up some opportunities and space for Harrison. If they become one-dimensional, it'll be trouble for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't believe and trust him enough to hit tight windows, as opposed to open space opportunities that would come before him. If pressure gets to him, I still don't believe that he can stand in there and take it.
I'm with you. I'm not fully sold on J.J. McCarthy as a huge difference-making quarterback, but I think he's better than McCord, especially right now.
Yeah.
Here's one from the top rope for you, Stricky. Thunderknock Collins says, if Ohio State beats Michigan, the Big Red will beat Ohio State in Indy, and Michigan will get into the playoff with Georgia, Oregon, and Florida State.
Wow. He went, this is some Halloween candy that happened to get tainted. But no, I like it. Thunderknock Collins, that's my guy. I listen, I am hopeful for an opportunity like that. Would that not be a game changer for Nebraska's program to pull that off?
It would be.
That would be a huge game changer. Like, this is the one thing we talked about. Thunderknock Collins and all that are listening on the line, on the Sauter Heyman text line, that are texting in as well on the stream. Listen, we talked about it yesterday. Nebraska sat in a similar position last year with a different coach. Uncertainty there with Mickey, but you can see it trending in the right direction with the style and the way that they were playing. They're right here again with a favorable schedule, just like last year, with a favorable schedule. This is a determining factor of where this program goes from here. Continuing to go up to 30,000 feet, or level out And then with the hopes that some of the new faces that are going to possibly come in or who you're going to land out of the transfer portal is going to help to continue to take you higher.
A bumpy November doesn't mean you have to make an emergency landing. It just means you're cruising at 15, 20,000 instead of 30,000 for Nebraska.
Maybe a little turbulence involved, nothing that would cause you to change altitude, but turbulence for Nebraska, I think, in this part of the season has been good because I think it's made younger players have to step up.
Yes.
It's giving them valuable, we would say in basketball, minutes, but valuable time on field, snaps, plays, and that's only going to help them in the future, confidence-wise. Now, like I said, we talked about some of the things that we think Harburg is going to have to do and some of the adjustments. They're not going to be able to do it with 11 passes. It's just not going. They're not going to be able to do it with him running 19 times. Now,
not for 1.3 yards a carry.
No, sir. That's not going to get it done. Now, the defense is going to be able to help you. Like, I love how the defense has stepped up in the mistakes that are made in the past. In the past, sometimes those defense would have wilted. You know what I mean? Whether it be from the pressure of it or, God dang it, we got to come out here again mentality. But I think Coach White has got them in a mentality of, we gonna hold down the fort, baby. You know what I mean? We gonna take it by the reins. If we got to do it, you can just sense it by the way that they've stepped up, and not just one game, multiple games when trouble has been faced with them, where they were staunch in getting the job done, whether it's holding them to a field goal or literally stopping them wholeheartedly.
Tony White spoke on that today, kind of puffing your chest out, saying, "Okay, we get to go ball." That's what it's about. It's been a huge shift, and we'll keep talking about Nebraska throughout the week. One late text coming in here, Strick, from 2594. The hypothetical of what if Texas beats Oklahoma by, say, 17 in the championship game. The teams that I'm curious to see where they fall tonight, Washington, Oregon, how does the committee view those teams? And then the dark horses that need to make a run late, Alabama and Texas. Where the committee ranks them to begin with will tell us a lot about what those teams need to do over these last 4 games, because the teams that we mentioned as in the playoff have pretty favorable schedules to stay in the top 4. They usually do. The onus is not on those top teams to necessarily prove they belong. It's on them to not get beat, but also those teams behind them to make up ground when they get their chance. Texas should have a chance. Alabama should have a chance. Do they take advantage?
Can they get it done without Quinn Ewers? Do you believe? That's another pause. That's a pause moment for me. You would have hoped that would have been the case on last year. Didn't really see it. I just don't know.
Malik Murphy's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
A lot riding on that young man's shoulders. A lot riding on our next segment. $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. The shootout with Strick. We're playing it.
Let's go.
College football playoff trivia. 402-464-5685. Call now. You beat Strick. You get $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. If you don't, you go home sad. We'll play the game show next year during On the Block.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast on this Halloween, expecting lots of sunshine. It will be breezy and cold, though. We'll see an afternoon high of just 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Will be a cold night as well. We'll see a low of around 20. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies. A little breezy at times as well. We'll see a high of around 52. Meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, of the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this happening right now at Koppel. You have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right, happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with approved credit.
What is Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Kasasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Kasasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for a late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln, 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at beatricebakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685. to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
Oh, he's ready to fight. Oh, he's ready. You can put it back on when you win to box like the champ?
Yes.
Okay, you got to beat Dave.
Let's go.
Think you can do that?
We're going to give it a shot, Dave.
Dave, what's up? How you doing?
I'm here.
That's all we can ask. Hold on the line. We'll give Strick his questions first, and then we'll get to you. College football playoff here, Stricky. That's what we're doing. Some history. And your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. They were the first Big Ten team to reach the college football playoff top 4. Michigan State or Ohio State?
Michigan State.
It was Ohio State. They were the first Pac-12 team to reach the college football playoff top 4. Oregon or Washington?
Oregon.
Yep. They were the first team to win 2 games in the college football playoff. Clemson or Alabama?
Clemson.
It was Alabama. And they're one of 3 teams tied for the most weeks ranked in the college football playoff rankings.
Alabama.
Alabama is correct. I'll give you 2 points for that one. Alabama is one of 3 teams tied for the most. All right. That's a 3-point round for you, Stricky. Dave, you need 3 to tie. You need 4 or more to win. Are you ready for your round of the shootout?
Can't come soon enough.
All right. Starts here in 3, 2, and 1. They were the first team ranked number 1 in the 2014 college football playoff rankings. Mississippi State or Florida State?
Florida State.
It was Mississippi State. They were the first Big 12 team to reach the college football playoff top 4. Oklahoma or TCU?
TCU.
Yep. They were the first team to be ranked number 1 in last season's college football playoff rankings. Tennessee or Georgia?
Georgia.
It was Tennessee, and they're one of the other 2 teams tied for the most times ranked in the college football playoff rankings.
Say that once more.
1.
It's too late, Dave.
I'll give him a chance.
Okay. Okay. We'll give you 10 seconds once the question is done. They're one of the other 2 teams, not Alabama, tied for the most weeks ranked in the college football playoff rankings.
Let's try Georgia.
Georgia is the guess. It is incorrect. Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State all tied at 42 weeks ranked in the college football playoff rankings. Dave, a valiant effort. Thank you for playing. Hang up now. Caller number 3 to 402-464-5685 gets the $30 at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Stricky!
Yeah, the Hulk came through for me. You see the end on it? The Hulk came through, baby. Yeah.
Did it to
Good
him.
win. Good win.
Good stuff.
Way to start it off. November's on the way. It's Halloween. I knocked some box out on Halloween.
Heck yeah, you did.
Box of candy. Go get it.
All right, tiebreaker question just for fun. How many undefeated teams qualified for the first college football playoff?
All time?
The first college football playoff. So the 2014 college football playoff. How many undefeated teams were in that college football playoff? Your answers are 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
2.
It was 1.
I knew it!
It was 1.
Knew it!
That 2014 playoff.
I knew it.
Had 12-1 Alabama, 12-1 Oregon.
I knew it.
13-0 defending champion Florida State, and 12-1 Ohio State.
I knew it. I knew it was 1, but gosh darn it, I was like, I think he's trying to trick me again. But yeah,
sometimes I go straight forward.
I knew it was something weird about that championship because it was the first one, and it was really just trying to figure it out, and it didn't come out the way that most people would have expected it, and it was weird. Yeah.
Ohio State snuck in. Michigan State was ranked higher than Ohio State in the initial rankings. It took a couple weeks. Ohio State passed them. They get in, and Zeke Elliott eats his way to the championship. Stricky wins, but you can still win the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings if you're caller 3 at 402-464-5685. Plenty more to get to here in hour 2 of On the Block. We will start with some basketball stuff. James Harden trade. We'll get into that, what it means for both the Clippers and the 76ers. Maybe talk some NIT as well. It would have affected Nebraska last year, so I think it's worth getting to. And then it's the NFL trade deadline. It will have come and gone by the time we get back. So we'll dive into everything happening there as we return to On the Block.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
What is Casasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Casasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Casasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Casasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My father, Don, always insisted that Sartor Heyman never compromise. Not on quality, not on value, and not on customer service. For that reason, you can be sure that every item of jewelry you purchase from Sartor Heyman is the very best. No matter how small or how large. When it comes to jewelry, if we don't have it, you don't want it. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island, and sartorheyman.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast on this Halloween, expecting lots of sunshine. It will be breezy and cold, though. We'll see an afternoon high of just 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Will be a cold night as well. We'll see a low of around 20. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies. A little breezy at times as well. We'll see a high of around 52. Meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
So what's this new concept happening at 1040 O Street? There's 93.7 The Ticket, there's The Mill Coffee and Tea, and there's Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery? Well, yeah, it's all of those things. It's a place for the community to hang out, grab a drink and a bite, and just chill, or work, or meet, or chat, or whatever you want to do. 93.7 The Ticket, The Mill Coffee and Tea, Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery, all together at 1040 O Street.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
A busy hour 2 of the show comes your way here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com, as well as Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Make sure you follow, you like, you subscribe to 93.7 The Ticket on your favorite social media platform. And you can probably find Strick and I there too, at least on Twitter, Instagram as well. We're both there. So follow us there, stay up to date on everything on the block and more in the world of sports. Also, big thank you to Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul down at 27th and Pine Lake for sponsoring our show. Big shout out to them. Let's not waste any time, Stricky. Let's get right into this. We're talking the association. We're talking NBA. It happened overnight. It happened when we were sleeping. James Harden, in the dead of night, dealt from Philadelphia to the Los Angeles Clippers. Your first thoughts on the move?
First thoughts on the move was I didn't think it was going to get done. And the reason I didn't think it was going to get done is because I thought it was going to have to involve Terrence Mann, young talent, being swapped out to try to get some form of value out of it. I think what they were able to do was accumulate depth. So was it a one-sided trade? We're gonna have to weigh it out, because is Embiid going to get antsy? Is he going to get frustrated? They cleared cap room, which would have been a problem if, so you don't want to lose James Harden. I don't think that they wanted to just lose him to the free agency market. Mm-hmm. Yes, you would have gained cap room. You would have been able to secure probably the talent that you're looking for your future, which is Tyrese Maxey. But then you look on the other side of the coin, James Harden's coming back home. You have multiple expiring contracts. You have George, Kawhi, him, and Russ mm-hmm. expiring. So it's going to give you enough time, especially in the early parts of the season, to evaluate which direction that you want to go. You are going to be able to test the waters, the temperature, and assess whether or not which one of those guys is not filling the location, is looking for an exit to another team to possibly get involved on a run. Somebody may want to go back out east and with an easier opportunity to jump in the mix, because the West is a gauntlet. So this is a Las Vegas moment for the Clippers. They're sitting at the table, the poker table right now, going all in. They're looking to get all in this moment, but I think James Harden, regardless, is going to look to stay. This is probably going to be the best option for him to make the most money, the most bang for his buck. Mm-hmm. whereas the others are still going to have a weighing opportunity as how far this Clippers team can go, and we'll see from there.
I want to start with the Clippers here. They're stockpiling stars, or at least big names, right? Kawhi, when he's on the court, we know what he can do. Paul George, I think a perfect second banana on the wing next to Kawhi Leonard. Russell Westbrook, credit Tyronn Lue for finding a way to use him, being a spark plug off the bench, running those units. And now you get James Harden in there, probably to run the point with
Leading
the starters,
assist
I would
guy.
assume.
I mean, he led the league in assists last year.
Right.
Which Paul George and them had, they were looking for that, where they were going with options with, they were looking at Rondo, they were looking at Reggie Jackson, which are low tier options for them. Go ahead.
So that's pretty well put together. I like Zubac there. I think he's fun. Keeping Terrence Mann, who's not a star, but a really good role guy that fits for them. I think that's huge. But if not now, when for the Clippers? It has to be this year, doesn't it? Because if they don't, even though Steve Ballmer's been so willing to spend, if they don't make a deep run or win it all this year, does Steve Ballmer say, that's enough, we tried, start from scratch?
It's very possible. But then what you're going to have, this is why I think it's good for it's happening at this early onset of it. Because when you're going to get an opportunity to see if this collective group of and unit can work together. It's going to be a little bit difficult because of the fact that they haven't been able to have a full camp together. How and what time? Now, this is going to be up to Tyronn Lue to figure out how you're going to keep these guys happy, what type of rotation you're going to be in, how you're going to use them, so forth and so on. But it's going to give them a good opportunity to see how they can, elevate themselves in the Western Conference, what level of the tier they're going to find themselves on early on, how even they're going to play in the new play-in tournament, or not play-in tournament, but the new in-season tournament. And then you can then assess if it's not going to work, who could I unload and get some value
by
from
the deadline,
right? We know it's not going to be James Harden because they brought him in for a specific reason. But do we keep Kawhi? Do we keep Paul? Do we unload both and try to get something else of value for them on their expiring contracts, and not let them be the problem of us on the pay and losing them for nothing?
Right. You might be able to trade those guys out west somewhere and maybe, take some depth from a fellow contender. But I think you're most likely shipping any of those guys east at some point if it's not working, and trying to keep them out of conference, because any one of those guys can still impact a playoff series. You probably don't want to see them. But again,
I think if you find them on the bottom tier of the West, then I think you don't mind sending them west. Right? Would you agree?
Probably,
because
yeah. Anyone,
if you're in the bottom
but
tier,
are those teams looking at those guys just as an expiring?
That is as an expiring of value to make the run or to get, because right now we look at Denver, they're not going anywhere.
No.
They're already off to a phenomenal start. You look at how well built Phoenix is right now. You look at Golden State might make a run at one of those types of guys.
If Kuminga doesn't come along, they look at a wing.
Right. Then you know that Sacramento's solid, but here's the thing. Sacramento could be looking from a standpoint of 1 year usage paperwork, because they're not going to get a lot of guys that are going to just be wanting to come, but you can pay a guy a little bit more to give you a little bit more, or you can get two or a couple of good role guys that can help your team with depth. So there's a couple teams out west that I think would be looking at an opportunity potentially. I don't know if Utah would be in the mix for any of those guys, but could Denver steal one? But why would you?
That's just the thing.
So that's the thing.
They do have a bit of a Bruce Brown-sized hole, given that he left for Indiana. But like you said, they're often rolling, not showing a lot of cracks early. The James Harden aspect of this. How do you view James Harden's legacy? I mean, I know his story's still being written, but, still looking for a ring, all these trade requests and demands and holdouts and everything. On the one hand, he was successful where Dame wasn't. James Harden got where he wanted to go. He said Los Angeles, and that's it. He got there. Dame wanted Miami early on, got rerouted to Miami. Is that a feather in James Harden's cap for holding out? Is that team situation? How do you view James Harden's role in all his moving around and ending up in LA?
I mean, he worked the system. He got with the guy that believed the most in him, and he used that leverage to be able to leverage his way to where he wanted to be. Okay, that worked out. I think also it kind of made him upset when you're over in another country and you're talking about the guy, but at the end of the day, there's not a lot of guys out there vying for James Harden. So in all actuality, it was going to be there, or, you were going to be stuck with him. So on the other side, I think Dame, if he would really be wise and looking at the situation, I think he would be best suited where he's at. I think the opportunity and the shot is better. Yeah, you would love to go to Miami and be in the sun and fun and be running down there. I
Work
just
with
don't.
DJ Khaled, producer tracks.
I just don't know if I don't know if Miami's at that more
Miami's
viable.
not them.
Yeah, not more viable than what that matchup with Giannis and that crew up there can give him. I think they're going to give him a better shot up in Milwaukee.
I'm with you. So it's the Celtics leading the East, the Bucks we're just talking about, but then the Sixers at 2-1 as well. Let's talk about the Sixers aspect of this. What do they get back for James Harden? In return, they get Nicholas Batum, interesting
solid role guy.
Veteran role guy.
Yeah.
Robert Covington, who's been there before. I don't know if he started there, but he played a role on some of those playoff teams in Philly. You get Kenyon Martin Jr. KJ Martin at 22 goes out there. The expiring contract of Marcus Morris. KJ can jump.
He's like his daddy, but go ahead.
Then you also get unprotected first-round picks in 2026 and 28. You get a pick swap and 2 second-round picks. No Terrence Mann in that deal like we talked about. Was this deal...
Got some money.
You did get some money. Was this deal for the Sixers about James Harden, or was it about Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid?
I mean, I think it's one thing to have kind of a cancerous mentality, especially one that's handling the ball. You know what I mean? I think Tobias Harris is going to exit too. I think his contract is expiring. So you're going to have James Harden's money and Harris's money. So the conversations between Daryl Morey and Joel Embiid has to be something along the lines of, hey, we had to get rid of the cancer. This is his third time. Hopefully you're saying, if you're the Philadelphia fans, you're Daryl Morey, you're Joel Embiid, third time's a what? Charm. That's what you're hoping. And and I think in the case of Philadelphia, it's going to be third time is a charm or 3 strikes you're out. So just keep an eye on that from that standpoint. And Philly is probably going to be the beneficiary of being in a weak Eastern Conference. So they're not going to probably find themselves in the bottom tier. I think they have enough talent to kind of maintain themselves in the middle part of it, give themselves a shot. You look around outside of, who I think, I'm looking at obviously Boston. I'm looking at obviously the Bucks. Shout out to the start for the Orlando Magic. I thought they'd be, at the bottom tier of that whole thing. I actually thought Detroit would be off to a better start. Surprised even with what Chicago's doing right now.
Cleveland's still your dark horse.
I'm dumbfounded right now at Cleveland. I really thought they would have been at the top tier of these brackets, and I'm surprised by New York. I'm surprised, not surprised, because we obviously know that New York was kind of on the brink of falling off the wagon anyway. So Miami, I'm not surprised by, and this is why I'm saying Dame probably is looking back at it saying, "Ooh, I dodged a big one with that move."
Thank you, Trailblazers front office, for not giving me what I wanted.
Yeah. Which is a little bit different from the other side of the coin.
Big time. Let me ask you this on Philly. Are you a Tyrese Maxey believer? Do you think he was best as a second banana playing off of Harden, or do you think he has the juice?
Who said that again?
Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
Does he have the juice to be Embiid's bat or Robin to his Batman, or was Maxey best as a third option?
Great question. And I actually think he has potential. I'm not going to say that he's superstar potential. I think if you look at him, third option was phenomenal for him. It gave him a little bit more, able to get his swag on. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if he's him. And I think it's beautiful that they haven't paid him yet, so they get to assess whether he's him or not. I don't think he's a supermax guy, but we're gonna see very quickly whether or not that's Kate. Brad on the Starter Heyman text line threw something out, and I need you to elaborate on how you got to that, Brad. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even want to answer, but it kind of threw me for a loop. Orlando is going to end up with Harden. How? I don't think Harden leaves LA. He's an LA guy. I don't think I don't think once he gets there, they wanted him there at this point. Probably will retire there. I don't think there's no way he ends up in Orlando. I'm trying to understand. Orlando is so guard heavy right now, and none of the guards are probably even on the level of what Harden could offer to the Clippers right now, even in his age. So that's just my thought on that.
Right below Brad, Claytonia John asks, how or why does James Harden always get what he wants? And Strick, that's something that I think the NBA is pushing back a little bit against. Not necessarily just James Harden, but with the 65-game minimum to be up for awards, with the in-season tournament coming, with the need of a medical designation to sit out, back-to-backs or nationally televised games instead of just for rest. What James Harden is doing, like you said, was James Harden knew the system. James Harden knows how this goes, and he's using the power at his disposal. And the NBA is, it seems like, trying to make what happened with Dame Lillard and now James Harden one of the last straws in this almost out of control player empowerment era.
Yeah, it's a wrap. The new collective bargaining agreement, all moves that are being made right now, they're not going to be grandfathered in. They're probably going to be grandfathered in, and it's a wrap. The power is exchanging and shifting back towards the powers that be, and so this is where they how they've got it going. Now, what's throwing me for the loop is there's some kind of circumvention right now going on with. I'm seeing guys saying out rest already freaking 2 games in the season. What? Like what? That's the part that irks me right now. It irks me just as much to see that as what I'm seeing right now with football hits and these targeting calls. They need to change that rule. There needs to be maybe you get 2 targeting in one game before you get. I hate this for young men that are losing valuable opportunity. They're only playing 12 times in a season potentially, and God darn it, they're losing their opportunities to shine in front of those that want to possibly acquire them at the next level. But this early stuff, I remember Austin. Man, it irks me even to think about this part of it. I remember training camps for us. It was like roughly 2 weeks long. 2-a-days probably for 5 days. And we may not have seen an exhibition game till going into the 3rd week, and they wore our tails out. We got after it. And, little bit of injury, we were playing.
Well, there's a difference between being sore, being hurt, and being injured.
Yeah. So, yeah, that irks me to the core. I don't understand that part of it. But seeing it this early in the season, I'm like, y'all got to be kidding me right now.
3 games is not enough to need rest. No. If it is, your butt's not in shape.
No. Yeah.
That's what the offseason's for. But I think that's an interesting question to look at, too, here, Strick. With a trade being made this early, is this essentially another 2-week training camp for the Clippers and Sixers? What's the runway for them to be up and, quote unquote, fully operational as they integrate their new pieces?
Well, I think you're going to see a good week of just a bunch of crazy lineups. Just trying to, I think he's just going to be trying to figure out. You're probably going to see a guy or 2 on rest just to see, where certain guys are going to be able to step up, what your real depth looks like outside of the fact that you move some guys on. You're going to probably going to get a chance to figure out where PJ Tucker may fit into this mix, what he's going to be to you. I think to me, PJ Tucker is very similar to Grant Williams and what his value is to the Dallas Mavericks. So whether it's enough or how he's going to be used or if he's going to be used, I think that's going to be something they're going to be looking at as well. So there's just going to be a lot of different lineup shifts and changes, and maybe a guy gets a rest night out of that rotation of those that group of guys.
Your Mavs, by the way.
Huh?
Your Mavs, by the way.
Oh, man.
3-0.
Man.
Luka doing Luka things.
Man, listen, I think they're Jason Kidd probably sat down and had a really good conversation with them. And again, I remember the Boston situation with the Celtics, how Coach O'Brien sat down with Paul and Antoine and really had a really deep conversation about, if we're going to win, you guys have got to be who you're going to be. But at the same time, you've got to be able to trust these other guys, and we're going to need them, and we're going to need you to be who you are. But at the same time, it can't get done if you guys don't freaking relinquish any, have some humility in it in the season.
On the flip side of the Mavs, the Grizzlies. 0-4.
Oh gosh.
0-4, Stricky.
Yeah.
Woof.
I knew there was something gonna be to that. I still don't know if John Morant is who he says he is, but look at the Pelicans.
Look at him. Look at him. Zion's
If he
not
stays
resting yet.
If he stays healthy, watch out.
Brandon Ingram out though.
I know, but
I don't like
it's
that.
better early for him than late. They're gonna need him late.
Is Brandon Ingram a guy?
Because McCollum,
CJ's still there.
CJ can fill in that spot for them.
Does Ingram need to add weight, or is he better when he can play lighter?
Yeah, he's better. He's very similar to the Slim Reaper. Kevin Durant. Very similar.
Man, a lot going on in the NBA, and we are barely a week in.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Look at it go.
Hashtag this league.
Is Klay Thompson gonna stay?
Nah, he gone.
I think he out.
Makes me sad, but Klay's gone.
Yeah.
Let's move on to maybe some more basketball stuff, maybe some more football stuff. We got a couple things in the hopper. We'll see what we cook up. If we don't know, you don't know. So don't go anywhere. You'll figure out when we figure it out. More on the block next.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for a late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and safe Halloween weekend. With all the parents and kids out and about, they encourage drivers to be careful and respectful of trick-or-treaters. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast on this Halloween, expecting lots of sunshine. It will be breezy and cold, though. We'll see an afternoon high of just 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Will be a cold night as well. We'll see a little around 20. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies. A little breezy at times as well. We'll see a high around 52. Meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln. 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at beatricebakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
So what's this new concept happening at 1040 O Street? There's 93.7 The Ticket, there's The Mill Coffee and Tea, and there's Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery? Well, yeah, it's all of those things. It's a place for the community to hang out, grab a drink and a bite, and just chill, or work, or meet, or chat, or whatever you want to do. 93.7 The Ticket, The Mill Coffee and Tea, Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery, all together at 1040 O Street.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NFL trade deadline has come and passed. It was done half an hour ago. Trades are in. They've stopped rolling in. I don't think we're in for any last-minute surprises. Remember, at trade deadlines, the trades just have to be reported to the league by the deadline, but they can roll in after. It's been about half an hour, so I feel pretty confident in saying that everything that we've heard about is what's in the bank. I'm Austin Norman. He's Eric Strickland. We're just going to go through some of these trades, some of the more notable ones here. We talked about it a little bit on the crossover, Stricky. Chase Young to San Francisco. San Francisco, they didn't need more. I still don't get it. It's been 2 hours. I still don't understand how that happened.
To me, man, it's still some form of a conspiracy theory. I think that's crazy that, to have them on the opposite side with how good that defense is already, to have them on the opposite side of Bosa, man, that's a dangerous combination.
Well, and don't forget they picked up Randy Gregory, too.
Gregory, yeah. I mean, I think their struggles have been really on the offensive side of things, obviously, right now. And I'm going to stick to my point on this, man. I think that there's just some frustration. I mean, I understand that some weapons are out right now, but I still think there's some frustration from Purdy. I mean, because when you go home at night and you think about all these cats that are touching big dollars right now, and you're just like, you just sit there and you're like, freaking all this work I'm putting in, and I'm the guy and I can't benefit from it. That can weigh on somebody. I mean, this goes back to what the discussion we had, Austin, where we had somebody on the text line that was, talking crazy about something, regarding
the text line talking crazy. No, never.
But there's a human element to people's, career arcs. That sometimes we don't weigh into, you know what I mean? We don't get the benefit of looking into the backstory or the back side of things in the locker room, at home, in the mind of players or individuals, and the psyche of what the pressures of whatever they must deal with, right? this is probably why you're seeing him make some mistakes that he's making, because when you're trying to show, instead of it's like you've played hoop. Some of you guys that have listened, you've played sports. You do better when you relax. If you're tight or you're pressure or you're trying too hard or you're trying to make something happen, you usually make mistakes because there's a tenseness in it, whether you're shooting the ball, whether you're throwing the ball. When that tension is there, instead of just relaxing and allowing the repetition of whatever it is that you're, whatever sport that you're activated in, just allowing the freeness of all the stuff you prepared for in the off season and the film you've watched and the shots and the repetition from specific positions or with different moves. When you do that with freedom, there's a lack of tightness in it, which allows you to be able to shoot or to throw or to bat. Because in baseball too, that's something that I've learned. Even in golf, the more tight you are, you try to muscle up, your bat slows down. So the more relaxed you are, your hands are freer to move, which gets that bat speed and it gets through the zone, which you're obviously able to hit better. So it's the same concept. And I think that's what we're seeing with Brock Purdy right now.
Because your muscles tense at the right time.
Yeah.
Not when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
It's smooth, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Trade deadline's interesting. Let's have this Purdy conversation. You got me thinking. I got some questions for you. Number one, has Brock Purdy done enough to deserve getting a new contract?
It's just not going to happen. I think he
but has he done enough?
I think he not top tier money.
Does he want top tier, or would he just want a sign of, hey, you believe in me more than rookie deal money?
See, I would say you could present that on a shorter term, maybe bonus him a little bit more to like not top tier, but you could but I would say if I'm a top GM, I'm saying to him, holler at me after the season. Get through this season. Yes, you had a great run. Yes, but show me this year, and then we can assess giving you this bonus, and then you can decide on if that's something that you want. But then I'd have the conversation. In order for us to put you in a position to continue to have the success that you're having, or to us to make runs, I can't go this level because we still need to be able to put these type of players. So I would mitigate his expectations to not want to go into a super high level in the bracket so that we can win, and then let him to make a decision. And then I would even have a discussion with him like Tom Brady. Like, this is what Tom Brady did. This is how Tom Brady responded. This is how Tom Brady, yes. But then his agent or him, he's going to say, well, look at Mahomes.
Or if you're the Niners, do you say Tom Brady's idol was Joe Montana? Guess who played in San Francisco? Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Guess who's right there? Hey, Joe, come and talk to this kid.
Yeah, you could do some things like that just to you want to mitigate his his expectations, but you also don't want him to be go into a tank on you.
Right. You can't cheat him. You can't cheat the kid. He's put in work. He's proven he's worth more than what he's making right now. But this is where I think both sides, all three sides. I'm going to throw Shanahan into this mix as well. All three sides need to get out of their own silo, right? Purdy has to understand that, like you're saying, there's more to the Niners than him. He is not the team. He is not Mahomes. He's not Lamar. He's not Allen. He's not Burrow. He's not Herbert. He's a good quarterback, not an elite one. I don't think. He's got to understand he's not going to get paid like those guys. If he has that understanding and all he's asking for is some respect, right? A deal that says that, hey, yeah, we like you. You're good. We appreciate what you've done. Here's a little bit more. And it doesn't take everything to make him feel respected. I get that. If you're the Niners, obviously you don't want to give him that much money. Obviously from the team building part of it,
you
want to keep him as cheap as possible.
Right.
But you also have to understand the human element of it, like we've talked about so much. And then Kyle Shanahan. I wonder what his role in this is. Is he more team Purdy? Like, yeah, I want to get you paid more, or is he more team GM of, I'm Kyle Shanahan. I get all this respect. It's my game plan. It's my offense that makes you who you are. Brock Purdy, I like you. I respect you. I appreciate you as my quarterback, but I could do this with anyone. I did this with you. Don't forget who made you. I would love to know where Kyle Shanahan's ego is at.
That's a good one. But here's I think also Shanahan, it's very similar. GMs have conversations, coaches have conversations, players have conversations. So it's what we call voice genesis that always happens in your areas in your circle. I would venture to say that Shanahan has looked out east and saw what transpired with Brian Dable and how the pressure has mounted on him because you're saying, this is my guy, and
gave him $40 million,
and you touched him up,
and you didn't pay your superstar running back,
and he's not panning out. So I could say he likes him, but does he like him enough to stand behind him to say and put himself on the line? Now, I think Shanahan's good enough that it's not going to put that type of pressure on himself, even if he decided to, make him. But you've already missed on Trey. Now you happen to find a gem that everybody is trying to figure out and duplicate. This is why you see that there's a lot of rookie quarterbacks that are out here being picked up, they're trying to figure out how everybody can get their little Brock Purdy. And so I don't know if he wants to piss off the powers that be by stepping into this and sticking putting your neck on the guillotine.
Right.
On behalf
because he hasn't even played a full season of NFL games yet.
Exactly.
So as a GM, I don't want to pay a guy that I haven't seen for a full season's worth of games. But as a player, I came on to the scene. I made my mark. There's nothing saying that what I'm doing is unsustainable.
And the injury ends up popping.
Exactly.
So how is it going to pan out for that? So yeah, there's some things out there to still consider.
Again, if I'm San Francisco's front office, I'm taking Tennessee as an example. I'm taking, honestly, myself with Jimmy Garoppolo as an example too. Like, hey, it's nothing personal. We just don't want to be like, say, the Titans, right? That tied up all this money in a good quarterback. Again, we like you, we respect you, we appreciate you. We feel like we need team flexibility, that roster building. That is our biggest strength right now. I would think that Brock Purdy would understand the situation and be amenable to still life-changing money for him and his grandkids, if not Mahomes money. I don't know.
And sometimes it's going to be a bet on yourself type of mentality. Sometimes it's just be patient. It's on the way and continue to perform. Sometimes it just depends, because then you're just like, how many years? Because we also look at and consider that the NFL, the longevity part of it, I think is 3 years or something like that for the average.
Real short.
But for a quarterback, you got to know that there are risks out there. You just got injured. Is what you're making, those things weigh in you. The injury in itself, you want longer opportunities to make and maximize money. And you're looking at it like, good gosh, I'm out here and, is this going to be enough to get me? And you're living in California.
Cali ain't cheap.
So what you're making in Cali, especially out in it doesn't pan out at the end of the day, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of things to consider, and I don't think sometimes we do that, especially as us looking on the outside, looking in.
Other trade deadline things. Are you surprised the Chiefs didn't go get a wide receiver?
I am. I'm actually that's one of the ones that I'm dumbfounded. But then, do you look around? You're already thin because you just really don't have much. What do you have to offer? So that's something to think about. Do you want if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, the one thing you don't want to give and offer is your capital, especially draft capital.
Even if your picks are in the late 20s, early 30s, cost control.
You don't want to offer that because you're not going to be able to maximize anything in free agency. So people are going to be wanting your draft capital, and depending on the tier of what the guy you're wanting, what would you have to offer for that? I bet you they had. I listen. Kansas City's not a dumb organization. I bet you they reached out and they tried to see, and I think people understand where they're at. No, we don't want to help your, tail. And the other word I wanted to use, we don't want to help your tail. And at the end of the day, they're saying they're going to try to over leverage them. Hey, Okay, yeah. We'll give you him for your third round. Third round
when
to
another team would take a fifth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Third round to Kansas City is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Second round is super valuable. You're never giving up your first round because you can get some stuff at the bottom tier of the first round. So if you're looking for a mid-tier guy and if they're not offering at the fifth, I'm not moving.
Chiefs fans, don't come at me. I know they added Mecole Hardman. I just don't think he's that big a difference maker. He's not a true number one. He's familiar with the system in Mahomes, but I think they needed someone else. I'm a little surprised, Strick, that a team like Denver and a team like the Patriots didn't sell. I thought they had pieces that would help them jumpstart a bit of a rebuild. I'm sure Sean Payton doesn't want to do that. Bill Belichick, if he's nearing the end of his time, probably doesn't want to do that. But if you're the owners and GMs, you got to do what's best for business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have much to add to that. Yeah. But even when I look at Denver, I'm looking at Denver. Yeah, their record doesn't speak to what they have. I think they've got enough pieces out there in Denver. And I can't even fault what's going on with Denver right now. Russell Wilson. I think he's playing tremendous football right now at this time of the season.
Russ isn't necessarily the problem like he was last year.
Yeah.
Text line again, if you have any thoughts on the NFL trade deadline or Brock Purdy's contract situation, let us know. 402-464-5685. We'll step aside when we get back. We will cross it over at the end of the show already. It has flown by. We'll bring in Jay and or DP for the crossover to wrap up on the block next.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Whether for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln. January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for a late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley. Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy and safe Halloween weekend. With all the parents and kids out and about, they encourage drivers to be careful and respectful of trick-or-treaters. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
What is Casasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Casasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Casasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Casasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast on this Halloween, expecting lots of sunshine. It will be breezy and cold, though. We'll see an afternoon high of just 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Will be a cold night as well. We'll see a low of around 20. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies. A little breezy at times as well. We'll see a high of around 52. Meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back one final time here during On the Block. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you. Been a fun 2 hours here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll do it again tomorrow from 2 to 4. A couple news and notes. One thing we might need to get into a little bit more later, I'll say for the second part. Kirk Risa, West Virginia guard, one-time Nebraska men's basketball target out of the transfer portal, suspended 9 games. He admitted to accepting impermissible benefits while he was at Arizona. So, yes, Nebraska is still, awaiting everything with Aaron Eulis coming down, but they seem to have dodged a Kirk Risa-sized bullet because 9 games straight, that's like a third of the season. That's most of your non-con.
Yeah, it's most of the non-con, and then, you're missing out getting an opportunity to gel with your team. You're already new. So, yeah, man, that could be a little setback because I'm sure they were looking and focused on him being able to be the general of that team.
The other thing, and if we don't have enough time to get into this, we don't have enough time to get into it, but Marcus Jordan, son of Michael Jordan, engaged to Larsa Pippen, Scotty's ex, says he wants his dad to be the best man at his wedding.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that's a tricky subject right there. You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. Jordan was they were together when they was like children. It's already weird for him to be involved and knowing that's got to be a crazy situation. Because remember when Malik Beasley played with the Lakers? That had to be in itself already weird. Because she dated him too.
Right.
So it's some weird stuff going on, man. And I don't know. I don't think MJ is gonna be down for that.
But
he might do it on the low key just to get back at Pip for the
Last Dance stuff.
For all the stuff he's been saying. It could be something on the get back, but I don't MJ's not super petty like that. Doesn't seem like
MJ's not super petty like that.
MJ is phenomenally petty.
You think so?
I know so.
What up, Jay?
What's happening?
What up?
Do you think Michael Jordan would be the best man at his son's wedding to Scotty's ex?
No, he said they shouldn't even be together. It'd be up in there whether he'd go.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though MJ's kids were the best man at his wedding. Like, that's what Marcus said his rationale was. Like, since the kids were the best men before, he wants dad to bring it full
married?
circle.
Are they engaged?
Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen engaged, getting married. Yeah.
It's the word.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's not a Halloween joke?
No, this is legit.
I doubt it. I mean, he might do it just because, that's his son. It wouldn't be the first wedding that family ain't, 100% or friends ain't, 100% on board. I can guarantee you he's going to have a tight prenup.
Yeah.
The biggest question is Scotty going to show up?
There's no way, right?
They need the men fences. Michael was wrong. He backdoored Scotty when he was getting underpaid, trying to get him taking less money for a championship, knowing Scotty should have been paid. He did, and he making 36. He did him wrong. You know that, Strick.
I mean, I did he really backdoor him though?
He went to management, told him to take less, keep him where he's at. I mean, that's not backdooring him.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that one.
You didn't watch The Last Dance?
I mean, that's. Did anybody confirm or deny that?
Michael Jordan had 100% control over it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
Yeah. You're right. It's something to think about.
I mean, I think Scotty went a little bit, man. I don't know, man. That's just trifling, though.
Speaking of trifling, James
Marcus,
Harden.
what's his name? Marcus. He trifling. Right? He captain, ain't he?
In a way.
In a way.
In a way. He definitely saved it.
But then, so he's a captain.
And we're not talking about the captain.
We're not.
He is a different type of captain.
No, you're talking about Captain Saver.
Speaking of trifling, James Harden traded from Philly to Los Angeles.
At 1 a.m.
Oh, dark 30. Dead of night.
At 1 a.m. Tried to media dump it at 1 a.m. Good
like
morning.
I thought we wouldn't talk about it.
Good morning. You know what? It's not just James Harden going out there. You know what's really the best piece that goes out there?
PJ Tucker. Mm-hmm.
Because he brings he brings an edge to that team that they don't necessarily have right now. He brings a voice also and respect in that locker room. Like he's like 15, 16 years in the league, and he don't even. I mean, it's crazy. I was just listening to him on a podcast, and he was like, I played 40 some minutes in the playoff game and shot one shot, 0 points. He's like, if cats really want to make it, they got to be willing to do that. And he starts. Mm-hmm. So I think that gives him, and plus he gives him position flexibility. He does give him 3-point shooting range, especially from the corner, which is great because then you got a lot of guys that can drive and kick. And he also, when called upon, he can get you anywhere from 10 to 15 points. So if they are doing load management, whatever you want to call it, you do have a third option. I think he helps them. I mean, I'm more excited about him going there than James Harden.
Fair,
and the reason why
maybe sure.
Now I think James Harden gives them something that Russell Westbrook can't give them though, that's legit shooting.
Yes,
Russell Westbrook can't shoot. So
he can shoot, just can't make.
Yeah, and so I think if one of those guys, Kawhi or Paul George, is down, you do have a legit guy that can do it. And actually, I think if he plays like he did in Philly, I think he brings more out of Russell Westbrook. I think they truly like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they will play off each other. And I think it'll take less stress and strain off of Westbrook. Because I do think as much as Russ goes out there and plays hard, I think he plays so hard he sometimes wears down at the end of the season.
Is it a thing too, Strick? You're just talking about, playing tight. Is Russ that kind of?
Hold on, Austin. We gotta ask Strick though, because he's a little also. You also a little passive here. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Here comes Trey. I have nothing to do with this, Strick. This is between you two.
What's up?
So, if you was Marcus Jordan, would you marry Larissa Pippen?
Negative.
But you just was like you. But you were saying we got you on the thing saying it was straight. You was cool with it.
I didn't say I was cool with it.
You did. We're gonna have to go. Remember that we'll have to go back. It's cool.
No,
all right. Well, we can move on.
I think it's shady Grady. I think
you
trying to backdoor the paperwork. So it just depends on how tight you lock your paperwork down. That's the way I would see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. Right back.
First Prime Minister might.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Strick, have you ever been on a team? Doesn't matter if it's a superstar or, obviously, James Harden level or somebody that's a pretty prominent player that forced their way out of a team? I always wanted to ask you that. What's it like? Because in the NFL, most guys...
It's something that was pretty rare back in our time.
Yeah, because they didn't have as much control, much as bargaining power.
Yeah, it was something that was pretty rare, so I can't really say for sure whether that was something that happened on the often for us, but I'm glad that it's starting to shift back because I think it was getting out of hand. When you're looking at
signing
KD
the deal and then leaving the next year.
I didn't like
that. You didn't sign him, so then I'm not signing back because the whole Brooklyn thing was started with Kyrie not signing his deal. Then James is like, I'm not going to do mine. Then KD is like, I signed mine before all y'all. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't like the way that was beginning to work itself out. So, I'm now that the collective bargaining agreement, all this stuff is put in place. Stuff is still kind of shady, and they still got a TV deal. So I don't know, man. I think this was kind of just a deal Band-Aid. That they kind of a little Band-Aid
and knowing that they're gonna have to come back and really negotiate after. What do you think about the whole rule to kind of stop the load management?
That again was a weak rule. That was already something that was kind of
in place,
understood. It wasn't. Yeah, it was something that was just an understood, unwritten rule. But they tried to put a rule out to make it seem like it was something that was really nothing. I thought they could have took a harder stance on that a little bit
on having them play,
but they didn't. They couldn't. It was one of those situations where they couldn't afford a lockout.
Yeah,
this is
because you'd lose your place in the pecking order. Because football's way ahead. You don't want to lose that second place with basketball.
TVs,
and especially with LeBron and KD getting out the league soon. The next guy, nobody's really reared their head. You can't depend on Luka. They don't have it. Kyrie's kind of almost getting elderly, in basketball terms. And John Morant he fumbled it up. And Steph Curry's older. Draymond's older. The whole Warriors are older. And you can't trust Embiid, and he's not really sellable on it like that. So they had to get something going. I always wondered what you thought about load management. I see what they're doing, but then I don't, because of the way that they travel, the physios that they have, the knowledge of their bodies, and the things that they're able to do. Now, according to JJ Redick, he feels that the game is more intense up and down. Well, that's by choice how you play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Phoenix Suns, back when they had Kevin Johnson, Chambers, Eddie Johnson, and all them dudes, they was fast breaking like no other. You know what I'm saying? They was like, but then it's like if you were playing, Detroit, you in a 82-76 game.
Yep.
And I think that as the human body has changed, I think that the load management stems from club and AAU basketball.
No question.
But then I will say this. Why does one of the highest paying customers? So if us three say, hey man, let's go to this Chicago Bulls game, we're going to drop $200, $250 per a ticket.
That's just to be in the lower bowl.
Right. I'm just saying. That
ain't even floor.
Right. So I'm just taking the average in eliminating the court side. Say 250 to 300. So that's a G between us three. You think of hotel, food, beers, food, and all that stuff, parking, subway, whatever. Okay, that's $500 each,
part.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say this: why does the highest paid customer, or one of them, per ticket or per game, if we all win, why do I gotta pay because Uncle Jimmy and your coach decided to play you 6 games in a weekend? That's your fault. Now you making $50 million, and I'm paying $500, and you come in because you played 2 days ago. You don't feel like playing. That's where I'm coming from.
Well, I said that just a second ago. I'm dumbfounded that I saw on some of the stat sheets that not DNP rest. What?
Right.
You just 3 games, 4 games, whatever.
You did the party just get started.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Like with LeBron, you got to stair step his minutes.
Yeah,
but I think in whether it's Kobe Bryant, they were load management. Kobe never missed a game unless he was truly hurt.
That part. MJ, all them guys.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I was saying the same thing. A lot of us played hurt.
Yeah, I think it's too far gone now. And I understand what the PA is saying. They floated out less games in the season. Well, then if
owners aren't going for that.
Well, if it's less games, it's going to be less paycheck. You're not going to play less and get more. That's the problem with every league now, besides like hockey and baseball. They ain't changed their want to play. The 2 major ones want to get paid more for less. Now, I understand with football, considering the collision,
of injury,
right?
Yeah.
And also the PA and benefits aren't on par with the stature of the league.
Yeah.
So I do understand what they're going, but I'm not going to lessen benefits in the NFL's case if I was to lead people just so I can smoke weed and not get suspended. That's the most short-sighted and stupid thing you can do. Now, the NBA is not like that, but they do. I mean, guys I don't think you're going to get any more out of Kawhi Leonard. You ain't going to get nothing. You ain't getting no more out of him than you got other years.
So do you trade him? Is he tradable?
No.
He's expiring.
You sold the house for him. You got to ride it out, and then you got to ride it out and hope you make a deep playoff run and come back with a 2-year deal, 1-year deal with player option, and just keep going like that.
I think, as I said, I think you make an assessment as to who's disgruntled. Can we make this work?
Sure, yeah.
There's a few factors.
I mean, there's
that
a
you
lot
get to
of
weigh
factors.
out now.
I'm looking at the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Say they have a deep playoff run. The mesh starts with James Harden because where they also done, you just acquired at least one more player that you can't trust. I mean, let's be honest.
That's a fact. There's a lot of foolishness
Now,
up there.
I say one guy that don't want to really play. Now, I do think Kawhi does have some chronic issues, but I think he gonna do what he gonna do. That's Kawhi, right? Then
that laugh killed me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Freaking
And then
laugh.
I think PG, he just had a lot of bad luck. I mean, he played a whole season with 2 busted shoulders. So I think he just might be injury prone. And then you got James Harden is just James.
Well, he's definitely no-show playoff James. There's
Right.
definitely that.
Any game past game 4, he done. He ain't gonna do nothing. So then you got Westbrook, right? He triple W, then he get into game 7. He go,
0 for 17.
7 for 24, 8 turnovers.
Taking all the shots.
Yeah, down the stretch too.
Mhm.
What was it when he was OKC? He waved KD off.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Which time?
Well,
There was plenty of time.
it was the very last play, and then KD said, "You know what? I'm gonna join that over there."
Deuces. What's coming up on Old School?
We're gonna talk about NFL trades, man. The Commanders were sellers, and did the Bears really get better, or do they want to get better? Because the Bears traded one of the top corners to be, and then they got another pass rusher, and then everybody's doing it with essentially they're hiring, hired hands or assassins because they're all at the end of their contract. And what it means moving forward. Talk about Kirk Cousins, the Vikings move. You could have got Jameis. You went with Dobbs. If they would have got Jameis, I was going back to get game.
I know you would.
Yeah, I love Jameis.
I know you
so
would.
if they ain't get him. You want to talk about?
Let's eat a W.
Yeah.
Let's eat a W.
Talking about we strong then. And then we're gonna talk a little Michigan State preview. and we're got I think the first college rankings come out tonight, right?
They do.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
There you go. That'll be old school. Jay sticking around. DP will be in. My main man, Strick. It's been a fun 2 hours. It has gone too fast. Jay discovered the Husker Fist. That'll be also coming up on Old School here. So don't go anywhere. Old School comes your way next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln, 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at BeatriceBakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, of the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Koppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with roof credit.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
October is full of sports, with football and volleyball reaching mid-season and basketball and winter sports starting up. All the excitement of the games brings major stress, and stress causes tight muscles and pain.